Love between humans is just not easy. And without great examples or education about emotions, communication, sex, and what keeps love alive, it's too easy to be disheartened, settle, or give up on what you want most. I believe you can have the love and intimacy you want. And having coached thousands of people on their love lives for over 20 years, I know what love can be for you. So I'm bringing you people who share vulnerably about their dating and relationship struggles and how they learn to create the most connected, fulfilling, and exciting love and sex of their lives, so you can have it too. If you haven't yet taken the quiz to see what keeps you from having the best love and sex of your life, go to shanajamescoaching.com/quiz. You'll get a personalized report of your strengths and challenges in the 5 crucial areas that lead to your most fulfilling and exciting love and sex life. Go to shanajamescoaching.com/quiz to find out. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Practicing Love, have the best love and sex of your life after 40. I'm so excited to be here today with a very special woman, Alanna, and I just realized I didn't ask you how to pronounce your last name. Is it Kaivalya? Yes. Okay, beautiful. So recently you wrote a book called The Way of the Satisfied Women, and yes, thank you. For those watching, you can see the picture. It's been described as a roadmap for women seeking to reconnect with their authentic selves and unlock their true potential. And you're a best-selling author, educator, thought leader, expert on mythology, spirituality, psychology, women's empowerment. I feel very excited to have the conversation today about what a satisfied woman is, and then for people in relationship. And most of the people who listen are in heterosexual relationships because I've tended to work a lot with men who love women and women who love with men. Anyway, so what I'm really excited to dive into is there is a lot of question, I think, around how does one become satisfied, and especially a woman, and that whole saying like happy wife, happy life, which I think we all know is, I don't know, actually, maybe you disagree. I think it's a little bit of bullshit. But nope, you're shaking your head.
Research shows.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. Yes. So this conflict in a way, or this question, conundrum of who is responsible for the satisfaction and what does that even look like? And then, of course, we're going to talk about some of your own personal stuff as well.
I can't wait. I'm so grateful to be on the podcast with you today, Shana. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Okay. So usually I start with asking about your relationship life, what romantic relationship you are currently in or not in, just so we can get a little bit of a background. We'll dive into maybe one of the struggles that you've had, which could tie into how and why you wrote this book. And then we'll talk about satisfied women.
Sure. Yeah. I am much like your audience, a straight lady. I identify as a feminine woman, and all of the relationships I have had in my life have been that. And, I feel okay and clear talking about that. Being for one thing does not mean I'm against anything else. That's just been my life experience. Yeah. And it's just, because it's my life experience, that is who I work with and speak mostly to. Yeah. But I absolutely want to affirm everyone listening, all of their iterations and orientations. Yeah. It's just, I'm here on this planet and I have this particular lens, and that's where I can dive in the most deeply. Part of actually my awakening in writing the book was as a result of finally finding a really incredible masculine partner who, for the first time in my life, held the masculine space so well and so effectively that I had the opportunity to lean into my femininity and relax into it. And I'd never had that support and that space before in such a strong and accomplished way. And it was that opening after having spent 20 years studying psychology, yoga, Eastern mysticism, the polarities, the dualities of our consciousness, and really
very similar interests, you and I.
Yeah, and really trying to understand what masculinity and femininity are in terms of psychological dynamics. Yeah. And I understood that there was something always missing for me. And I understood that being raised in this place, in this time, in this culture, saddled me with expectations that were not my own, and actually got me into quite a lot of trouble.
Yeah. In my life. Tell us a little bit, like, what was the trouble, or how did you realize that that you had these expectations, or you were saddled?
Yeah. I think many women listening will hopefully take a deep exhale when I say that the trouble really centered around things like burnout, being drained, constantly tired, feeling devalued, feeling like the core value that I brought to my life and my world was in how much I gave myself away.
Wow. Yeah.
And recognizing that that couldn't be true, that there was something here that either I was missing or the world was missing or somebody was missing something. That, you know, it really came to a head for me when I mean, look, you know, for all external kind of viewpoints, I led a very successful life, and I'm using very aggressive air quotes for those of you listening and not watching. I created my own business based on my own creativity. I built it to multiple 7 figures. I was running it myself. I married a man who, from all outward appearances, seemed successful, and I was never more unhappy. And I was never more burnt out, and I was never more inauthentic.
Yeah.
And I realized that none of this was actually what I wanted. It's what was expected of me by the culture.
By the culture, yes.
And I blew it all up. I blew it all up. I turned back to that deep inner calling that I'd always had to re-explore this psychological dynamic of masculine and feminine, and realizing that the person that I had married at the time, even though he was in a male body, actually was on the feminine polarity. And that forced me more into my own masculine. And one of the things that this culture does is it forces women to what I call don the mask of the masculine, which is like a heavy, burdensome armor. And it takes us out of ourselves, and it disconnects us with ourselves, which further isolates us and further devalues us and further puts us in that burnout space where we are actually not effective.
Yeah. This is so interesting, because this is where I think, you know, we can get into, and we may agree or disagree, right? Like, I do think there is a kind of force from the culture until we're shown that it could be another way. Then, I mean, I would say right now, like I have a lot of habits that keep me more drained or more in the masculine for sure. Even though I am in a relationship with a fantastic man who cherishes me and is just, I mean, more supportive than I ever imagined as possible.
Very happy to hear that.
But thank you. Yeah. But we also, right, we get stuck in these habits and patterns. And so this is where I think this is going to be such an interesting conversation too, because I do see a lot of women blaming men, and yet not then stepping up to say vulnerably, hey, this is what I need. This is what I want. No blame, no shame on either side, right? Because I think we haven't been taught as women that we could speak up for ourselves in those ways.
Absolutely. You're naming a very double-edged sword here. And men are not the problem. The patriarchy is the problem, and we've all grown up in it. And the patriarchy actually doesn't serve healthy masculinity either.
No,
they've also been done a disservice. And so the way I like to frame it actually is just improper training. None of us has 100%. Really learned what to do. None of us has pulled aside at a formative time in school and said, here's what the feminine looks like. Here's what the masculine looks like. Here's what
how to cherish your partner. Here's even how to have a fucking conversation where you're not cutting each other's balls off, right?
Exactly. And so I like to give everyone a lot of grace. Because none of us has really known what to do. And, you know, I love that you're wearing a Wonder Woman shirt today, because that early 80s woman power doctrine was strong. And for those of us who grew up in it, it taught us that not only can we do anything we want and be anything we want, but we have to.
We
have to do it at all costs.
And on our own.
And for everybody else for it. And for ourselves at the same time. And we can never drop that narrative. And so women of our age, of the age that you're speaking to on this podcast, this sort of mid-40s, early 50s kind of era, you know, we sacrificed our femininity to get where we are. And look, I applaud that, because we also are living in a time and a place where we have more choice, more opportunity, more agency than we've ever had before. But we didn't know. And we don't have the roadmap. And this is why I wrote the book. Because a roadmap hasn't existed and we need one.
Because without the roadmap, it's like we're kind of stumbling through the forest knowing something doesn't feel right. But because we haven't been taught the psychological, energetic, spiritual tools, then it's like, who's to blame here? Right. And it's a big, then women get burned out and just disheartened, and it can be such a mess.
You know, men have had many advantages, if we're to call it out, and a long legacy of what being a successful man looks like. Like when men want to know what success looks like, they have a million roadmaps to follow, a million, examples to follow. Women, I don't want this to be true, but we don't really have that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look, even until, what was it, 1974, I think?
Yeah.
I thought it was 1987. I've been saying 1987 for a while, but it's 1974. A woman wasn't even allowed to have her own bank account without a male cosigner.
74, you said? Or 87?
74.
Oh my God.
I thought it was 1987, but I did the research. 74. When my mother got divorced from my father in 1990, she wasn't able to do things on her own simply because she was a single woman.
That is
like, I mean, and this is in our lifetime. So we don't have a great legacy of how to truly be in the feminine in this world that wasn't built for us.
Yeah.
So it's nobody's fault.
Right. And then it seems like without that roadmap, I think it has often seemed to me, or did before I went inside and, rearranged myself, like it felt like a weakness.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's a long history of women being called weak.
Yeah.
And feeling that when we're not in a masculine stance, that we are weak.
Yeah.
And that anything feminine is weak. And look, I can see your book behind you. There is nothing weak.
It's not
about
weak.
A woman. Women are fierce and wild and powerful and free and unpredictable.
Yes.
And those things are scary and terrifying. And so they've been bottled.
Yes.
But no more.
No more.
No.
Can we talk about a satisfied woman and, what your definition of that is, how you describe that?
Yeah. And actually, it's really funny. I have a little sidebar to share with you. I chose this name very intentionally, and I'm going to define it for you in just a second. But when I started this business, The Satisfied Woman, the first thing I did was go on social media, whatever, go on Facebook, and I was banned 3 times by the patriarchal Facebook because they thought I was selling sex. Because how else is a woman to be satisfied if not sexually?
Right. Which is so frustrating too, because I've been banned before for, sex, love, relationships. I mean, I don't do anything actually physically with sex. I just talk about all the emotional beings.
Right. Because we are sexual beings, and that is valid and right and true. But we're still in this very sanitized culture where a woman talking about her sexuality is still very taboo. I mean, come on, people, it's 2025.
Yeah.
Let's get over it.
Let's get with the program.
Let's get with the program. Ladies like the sex. We like our orgasms. Please give it to us. And it is a part of our satisfaction. It is not all of our satisfaction. And so, your listeners may or may not be familiar with the long legacy of actually men's work that has been done in the last 40 years or so. And men have been doing this work. They've been doing men's work in an organized way, and they've got books about it, and women haven't. When you look up women's transformational work or books, what you find are books on how not to be crazy or books on how to find a man. And
That's
we're taught to fear each other.
A lot of women's workshops, and I think it has been in the past 40 years that the men have started to come together.
Yeah.
But I've always held it differently, like that women have been doing the work. Though when I started leading workshops for women 20 something years ago, after having led some workshops for men, I was shocked to see that women came in and were just as afraid to be vulnerable as men were. And I had thought like, oh, well, women, we get together and we talk and we support each other, but there's still a big gap.
There is a big gap. My experience has not, women do the work. They haven't been doing the work together and in an organized way is what I've found.
Interesting.
I mean, of course there are pockets and of course it is being done, but not to the extent and with the degree of organization that men are doing it. Anyway, all that is to say that one of the premier books in the men's work movement was a book called The Way of the Superior Man.
I know
and
that
was written 40 years ago. And that was a basic book. And I thought, you know what, that kind of book really hasn't been written for women.
For women.
And I need to write that book, but we're not here to be superior.
No.
So what's my counterpoint? And when I stumbled upon really the definition of satisfaction, it was really a mic drop moment for me. So let me define it for you.
Yes, please.
Because it's the perfect term for women. So satisfaction is the pleasure derived from the fulfillment of our wishes and needs.
Mm.
I'm going to unpack that for you backwards
Yeah.
to really get to the heart of why this is so core to femininity. So needs are human.
Yes.
Every human needs their needs met. We all need to have our needs met. And I don't mean just like food and shelter. I mean, whatever is essential to you in your life. And that's one of the foundational principles of any kind of relationship is helping each other get needs met. So
Yes.
we're golden there.
Yeah.
Dreams or wishes are what bring meaning to our lives. And Joseph Campbell, the great mythologist, would say that life has no meaning other than that which you bring to it.
Beautiful.
And your wishes and your dreams give your life meaning, and we all want meaning and purpose, essentially, in our lives.
Yep.
The fulfillment idea of these wishes and needs is core to femininity because masculinity is very linear, very success-oriented, very goal-oriented, very get it done at all costs, lead the charge. And I love that.
Yep.
But that's not feminine energy. Fulfillment is holistic.
Yes.
It's more horizontal than vertical. It includes people around you, and the feminine is always going to be inclusive. The feminine is connective, community-oriented, communication-oriented. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Okay? So this fulfillment idea, and it's also evolving. The feminine doesn't like to be locked into anything. We want to get off on the exit. We want to pause. We want to circle around a little
bit. We want to adventure. We want to
Yes, queen. We want to play.
Yes.
So satisfaction is as a result of is the pleasure. Okay. And the feminine is pleasure.
Yeah.
Now, pleasure, I experience it, and I hope your listeners experience it this way. And you'll let me know, Shayna, if you experience it this way. Pleasure is literally the life force that is our birthright. As feminine women, we are the birthers. We carry life within us. It is the life force dancing within the cellular structure of our bodies. That's the way I experience it. When a woman is in her pleasure, whatever way that is, like you can see the light shooting from her fingers. You can see the sparkle from her heart's face. That is pleasure. And whether she's getting pleasure from watching her children run around the front yard or having an orgasm or accomplishing a task. Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a place that we really thrive and long for.
Absolutely. So satisfaction is a feeling. And one of the two superpowers I name of femininity are our depth of feeling and emotion and our intuition. So if we don't feel this, there is no satisfaction. So that's why I have the way of the satisfied woman, because that's really core to our nature.
I love that. And I have a long history, good and bad, with David Deda's work. And so
it's complicated.
It's complicated, right? Interesting to bring that back around. And I didn't pick up on that when I read the title.
You know, it was written decades ago and we have new information now.
Yeah.
So
beautiful. Okay. So the depth of feeling and intuition. And I think this leads me to the question too of, as a woman is moving toward being a satisfied woman, or as a couple, let's say it's a heterosexual couple where the man is there, hopefully also supporting the woman to move toward the satisfaction. Whose responsibility is it? Or how do we, see what parts belong to which person?
Yeah. It's such a great question. And it is a complex question. So I'll need to create a little bit of a foundation for even how satisfaction can arise for a woman in relationship or not in relationship. And I don't have a horse in the race in terms of whether you're single, partnered long-term, partnered short-term. All of those iterations are okay. Thank goodness we live in a time and a place where we can choose.
Yes.
So exercise all that choice.
Yep.
Okay. Now, satisfaction cannot happen for a woman if she does not have the 4 keys present.
Okay.
Satisfaction only begins with the 4 keys, and that's the foundation. And they are safety.
Yeah.
Meaning free from harm.
Yes.
In body, mind, and heart.
Yeah.
Free
There's
to be
no
who
way
you are.
satisfaction can happen without that.
No. And even that notion of safety for many women is difficult to achieve.
Yeah. It's so sad.
I just want to honor that and acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Okay, so safety, security.
How's that different from safety?
So safety is free from harm.
Okay.
Okay. And in body, mind, and heart, free to be who you are, be safe in a space to be who you are. Security is having your needs met.
Got it.
Okay. Whatever your needs are. And there's some crossover. Sure. But the need to have, the kind of house you want, not just a house.
Mm-hmm.
The need to have a certain kind of food, the need to have, your looks be a certain way, the need to be accepted, any needs. Okay. Security.
That's security.
Trust
Mm-hmm.
in self and others. Now, trust in self for the female, for the feminine woman, is defined as centering, honoring, and heeding your own emotional depth and intuition
I love that.
over and above your rational and logical thinking.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I used to teach a course where trust was part of the innate radiance of a woman, not the radiance that we put on from the outside. Right. And that piece around, you can't trust another human if you're not actually trusting yourself and heeding your own body, heart, soul's call.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last key is cherishing. So if we're doing this for ourselves as a single person, then what we're doing is a little bit reflective of trust. We are essentially allowing ourselves to center our own femininity in a way that our masculine parts of us bow to our feminine parts of us. So we're not overthinking. We're not second guessing. We're not talking ourselves out of things we know to be true on the inside. Our own masculine piece, because everybody has both masculine and feminine within them.
Yes.
But when the feminine woman wears the mask of the masculine too much, she exhausts herself, she gets burnt out, she depletes herself, she devalues her own feminine nature and wildness, and that's not good.
No.
So safety, security, trust, cherishing, those pieces can on some level be done for oneself. However, I will say, we as humans, in a general way, all of us, every human walking on the planet, we are relational. We are relational. And I know that the patriarchy has the narrative that an individual is paramount and we must do everything by ourselves and for ourselves and pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and we don't need anybody else. I mean, I remember the narrative when I was a kid. You don't need a man. You don't need a man.
Woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. Remember that one? I think it was REM or I can't remember.
That's great. And, I hate to break that narrative, but we do need others.
We do.
And I don't care how individual you think you are at some point in your life as a human going to come up against a need for relationship, because that is literally how we evolved. That's how our psychology works. We cannot do this in a vacuum. Good luck trying.
No. And we can't heal in a vacuum either, right? The wounds that happen relationally need to be healed relationally.
Psychological core principle 101, Shayna. We are wounded in a relationship and we are healed in relationship. There is only so far we can take ourselves. Now look, I wish that wasn't true. I would love to just get it all done myself because I know I'm so capable.
Agreed.
It'd be easier. But
it would.
We got to be real. We can't sugarcoat it. Sorry, ladies.
No.
We gotta work.
And that's where my question comes in too, right? It's like, okay, there are ways that we can satisfy ourselves. And I think that's actually important, not to just put the demand on someone else that, I'm not going to be satisfied unless you relate to me in a certain way.
Sure.
And like you said, we are relational and there is something that we cannot do on our own.
We are relational and this world was not built for us. So unfortunately, and again, I wish it weren't true, but because we live in this patriarchal culture, which we just do, for the woman to provide all those 4 keys for herself requires a tremendous amount of masculine energy. So it's almost impossible 100% of the time.
I love how you just said that. Like I'm just pausing because it had me really feel into that part of my heart where I am exhausted. It's like, that's why it's exhausting, because the world isn't built for us.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, there are things we can do. There are ways we can protect ourselves. There are Band-Aids we can put on. But your soul, at some point, because you are a human, a relational being, you will have a calling for a partner.
Yeah.
So let me now define what it looks like when you find a capable masculine partner,
Ooh.
healthy masculine partner, which they are out there.
Yeah. Oh,
They
they
are
are.
out there. They're amazing. I
Yeah.
love big-hearted men.
Oh, they're the best.
They're the best.
Yes.
And they exist.
Yeah.
So what it looks like for a capable masculine partner to support his beloved, cherished feminine partner with these 4 keys is safety.
Yeah.
Requires that incredible masculine trait of protection.
Mm.
And I almost imagine it in my mind of them just folding their arms around you in a giant bear hug, a polar bear hug, warm and fuzzy and bright with light. Now, it is physical protection, absolutely, but protection on any level that you need.
Yeah.
Security comes from providership. And I don't mean that 1950s notion of he has to go out and slave all day and bring home the bacon.
Pay all the bills.
Yeah, it's 2025. Ladies can make their own money. And I love that for us.
Yeah, so what does providership look like in that context then?
Whatever the fuck you want. Okay? Because we as women now may very well be in a position to actually make more. I have a great example. I've got a couple that I know of. She's like a fractional CEO. She works from home, and he is a policeman. Now, you don't get much more masculine than being a policeman.
No.
But policemen are not paid well.
They're not paid very well.
So she's making a huge amount more than he is. But let me tell you something.
Yeah.
He's the man and he's the provider. The money is collectively theirs. And he helps to direct the decisions for what their family does. Now let me qualify that. He's not bossing her around.
Right.
He's not dictating.
It's co-created, collaborated.
Well, to some extent, yes. But the next piece, trust, is the man. Trust from the masculine to the feminine is that they always make decisions with our best interests in mind.
Yes.
Always. That we are always present for them at the forefront of their mind in a way that even if we're not with them, that they're making good decisions on our behalf.
I love that.
That's care.
Yeah, that's true care.
When we can trust a masculine partner to do that, that gives us so much. We don't have to make all the decisions anymore.
Oh my God, right? And then often men are like, why am I being nagged? Why am I being...
Just make decisions, guys.
Yeah, I mean...
Because men are so capable of making excellent decisions, and that is a cherished masculine trait and not one we need to take on. And when we have a sacred masculine partner who is very capable of kind of seeing that forward-moving momentum and picture and making decisions and charging forward... I'm a sailor. I like the sailing metaphor for this. I like to be I have my own boat, so I like to be at the tiller. And because I feel the waves and I feel the wind and I feel the boat, and
do you like someone else steering, or is there,
I'm the steerer.
tiller does steer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine my masculine partner at the prow of the ship cutting through the waves.
Got it.
He's the energy moving us forward.
Well, and what really stood out to me when you said, okay, make decisions. Yes. It's the piece about make decisions with her best interest in mind. So when that is happening, whether she's there or not. Oh my God. That is just beautiful.
Because the last piece is the cherishing.
Okay.
Right? And the healthy masculine, ready for this?
Yeah.
Ladies, buckle up. Because this, to me, the definition of this, it gives me tingles every time I say it. The masculine truly cherishes his beloved feminine when he never leaves her alone in her pain until a solution is reached.
Wow. That's fascinating.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are emotional. We hold emotion and intuition as feminine women.
Yeah.
And we are going to be like the canaries in the coal mine, the first to feel discomfort, the first to feel something is wrong. And we don't even have to explain it.
Yeah.
We don't even need to rationalize it. Baby, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
And because they cherish us, they don't push us.
They're willing to stay in it with us.
But they adjust. Mm-hmm. When you're a sailor, you can't just go to your destination. You have to tack back and forth.
Yes.
And that's intentional.
Yeah.
But it goes with the flow. So, there's this trend that I've been alerted to recently, which I'm kind of actively speaking out against. This trend of like, when you're in conflict with your partner, you're supposed to ask, do you want to just be listened to, or do you want to have a solution?
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Everybody who has a conflict.
Interesting. I have a different take on that one, but I like hearing what you have to say about it.
Everybody who has a conflict doesn't want to stay in it. Everybody wants a solution. Everybody wants out of their pain.
I think there is a tendency, though, for the masculine to jump to solution and bypass the feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's like there's this weird band-aid of, don't offer solution, which is completely counter to masculine energy. Just listen to the feminine, which is going to put both people in a real place of like conundrum, because neither are getting what they want out of it. But I want solutions from my capable masculine partner, because if I'm in my feeling tone, all I have to do is name the feeling. When he is tracking on that, and I say, you know what, actually that solution doesn't feel good, he goes, great, let's find another one. And
he's not coming at it top down from a place of you don't know, or you're not smart enough, or
when we are truly cherished, right, and something is happening. Now, I have a story about this, which I know you like.
Yes, I like stories.
I was writing my book, and I need my space to write. My masculine partner is beautiful and distracting.
Yeah.
So I sent him away. Like, I need a writing day, and you can't be dancing around in front of me in all your cuteness and glory. You've got to go.
Yeah.
And he's a motorcycle rider, so he plots and goes on motorcycle rides, which I love that for him. So one day we had a writing day scheduled. He had a ride planned, and he's getting ready to go. And he knows how important it is for me to write. Like, he's honoring that. And something is happening inside of me that morning, and I don't know what it is. And I'm following him around the house, and I'm saying, I'm saying, don't go, don't go. And he's thinking like, oh, she's just being needy or whatever it is. And like, oh, and he's like, okay, but babe, you got to write. Like, he's trying to hold me to our course.
Yes.
I said, I don't know. Like, can you make me another cup of coffee? Like, I'm doing everything I can to keep him in the house, even though he's actually doing what I asked for in the first place. All of this is going on.
Okay, but he's right. And many men would be very confused by that.
And he wasn't second guessing. He wasn't like, oh, you're being irrational. Oh, are you on your period?
He was not doing that.
No.
Oh, good.
He knows better. No, he knows better. And he tracks me very well. So on this particular day, I was like, don't go, can't go. And I couldn't explain it. I didn't know why, which again, that is feminine.
That is
intuition and emotion they do not need explanation.
Yeah.
And then I got the text message that my brother had committed suicide.
Oh, honey.
And thank God he didn't leave. Right? Some part of me felt the disturbance in the universe. It didn't make any sense. I didn't have any rational explanation for it.
No.
Even though we agreed that this is our direction, we're plowing through, he's at the helm of the ship. He's like, baby, you got to write.
Oh.
He listened, he stayed, and he did not leave me alone in my pain.
No.
And a part of me knew I needed him there, and not questioning, not second guessing, not overriding.
Yeah.
He listened to the intuition and just stayed present to it. That is the kind of solution-oriented thing that happens between a masculine and feminine when the feminine is cherished.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. Fuck.
It's okay.
It's something that I feel very deeply about. And just breathing into that for a moment. And that way that, I think the problem happens when a man is just in his mental, not connected to her deepest heart and not connected to his own presence. Then the solutions feel like they're just coming from who knows where. They're not
responsive to the emotion and the feeling, which is the superpower of the feminine. Like, you have the feminine around, guys, because there is wisdom in emotion and intuition that you don't have access to. Not like we do.
Yeah.
And you need that. Do you know that every single president in history has an astrologer on staff?
No.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Every court in history, every king, every monarch. Okay. And what is astrology but intuition?
Yeah.
All right. So there is wisdom packed in the cellular structure of our soul that you need.
Yeah.
Because you don't always make the right decisions if you're just doing it from logic and reason. And I know that we hold that in high esteem in our very patriarchal world that's so science-based, and all of that's great. But if you don't have the complement, if it's always one-sided, you are missing it.
This is so beautiful. And like you said, I love the word sacred is actually written in this there's a gold piece of paper on my desk and it says sacred because that's one of the words that I love. And I was just thinking, okay, so my question of whose responsibility is it? I love how you just took a rocket ship and it was like, oh, right. Okay. There is something to a woman being able to satisfy ourselves, not blame, shame, attack, try to demand or expect it, right? Because that doesn't work for our own satisfaction.
Yeah.
And for the divine relationship or the sacred relationship, we're stepping up into this sacred interdependence.
Yes.
Where that depth of connection and being able to read each other and attune to each other and love each other and be generous with each other.
You know, one thing I've been considering is this notion of responsibility. A lot of people think of responsibility as a burden.
Yeah.
And I think of it as a gift.
I love that.
If you find someone that you love,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but you want to be responsible for them.
Yes.
And it is actually completely, it's almost diabolical to think that you don't have some effect on her happiness.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
We are relational beings. You are responsible for her happiness. Now she has responsibility too. Like we can't just check out. And there is an interdependence, but to think that your actions don't matter, to think that you shouldn't be responsible for another human being. You didn't come onto this earth and be born into this life to live in a vacuum. Responsibility is a gift. To have that kind of, I do think it is a power, not power over, power with.
Power with.
Is sensational and life affirming. And it makes everyone's life better. I mean, imagine how you feel when you make an impact on another human being that you're not even in love with. Yeah. Remember that pay it forward notion that was like so popular 20 years ago?
Yes.
Some stranger you buy coffee for in the morning and it brightens your entire day.
Right. Or the bridge toll or all of those.
If that gives you that much.
Yeah. And then with the person you love and cherish the most.
Yeah.
I see so much of, well, she or well, he or waiting in that sense of like, I'll do it when he does it or she does it. And
negotiation.
Yeah. And it's just, this is a judgmental word, but it's immature. It's not recognizing the way that we as humans can be generous and loving. And that what is Gandhi, right? Be the change you want to see. It's like, be the love you want to receive. And
it's improper training, but let me pull my shirt sleeves up for you here.
Okay.
Especially since we're talking to the ladies on the podcast. Can I give you a hot tip?
Yes.
Okay. Not that kind, Shayna.
A different kind of hot tip.
Yeah. So let me talk about generosity and the idea of waiting.
Great.
First of all, the feminine woman, we are not built for patience. We're just not. Our bodies are all timed. We are timed mechanisms. We don't have time to wait.
Interesting.
Okay. Patience. My favorite definition of patience is that it is the art of masking impatience.
Ooh, okay? Interesting.
I don't think as women we need patience. We don't have time for things. Like we're on a clock.
Okay.
We just are. Men don't have that. Did you know that procrastination is primarily a male problem? They're not on a clock. They don't have time. Okay. So what we need to do though is appeal to that incredible masculine quality of generosity. Okay. Generosity is masculine.
Yeah.
That idea of giving, of like almost devotional giving, of offering of oneself. It's the highest form of providership. Okay. Where you're not even asked.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Like we need all of that in the world. The counterpoint for the feminine is not giving.
Interesting.
It is receiving. It is receptivity. The feminine does not give. Feminine receives, meaning we create the vacuum. We create the container. We create the space. And Shayna, I used to study physics in college. Yeah. The universe hates a vacuum.
Yeah, the universe does.
It does. The universe will literally rush to fill it.
Yep.
Now, what we have to do in our tremendous impatience is not fill it ourselves.
Interesting.
And when we see the socks on the floor, we don't pick them up. They're not ours to pick up.
No.
Right.
And I do talk a lot about men receiving and the capacity to receive and to let women in as well. So I don't think that I think we probably are just using different language. I do think that
Well, it sounds
women
like you're talking
giving,
about it in like an open-hearted and emotional, connective context.
yeah, taking care of, right? Like a care and I would never want to see it only go one way.
Well, except that way might actually be the most nourishing and nurturing for both. Because as soon as you start to go backward and forward, right? I'm going to do this one day, I'm going to do that the other day. It's number one, it's confusing. Number two, people get stuck.
Interesting.
Okay. This is when women get into that dynamic of I'm just going to keep doing because this is what we do.
Right. And this is where I do go back to that sense of like, okay, who's responsible? If I'm getting stuck in a dynamic, I do think that in part, at least, it's my responsibility to notice that, to become conscious of that, and to evolve that.
Particularly if it's inauthentic to who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So in an intimate partnership, I want polarity. I don't want equality in terms of, no one is diminished. This isn't a hierarchy.
Yeah.
But I want one partner in the masculine and one partner in the feminine, and not trading off all of the time. I mean, there are moments maybe of trade-off, but one has to hold the space because that's actually the most nourishing and enlivening place. And especially for us as women, how often do you actually get to be in your feminine?
Yeah. I agree with that. I think to be in my feminine is so nourishing.
Yes.
And, I see the value of going back and forth, but I also have a kid who's breaking all the gender spectrum, everything. So it's like, it's all kind of breaking down in there for me in a way, but I also get your point.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
For time's sake, because I would love to do this all day, but we can't. Is there any last thing you want listeners to hear before we tell them where to find your amazing book?
I think the last thing I want to leave with, since I opened up the receptive box, because that's who we are. I mean, think of our actual anatomy.
Yes.
We're designed to receive.
Yeah.
Is that the most powerful phrase for the woman is no.
The most powerful phrase for us to speak?
Just in general. The most powerful phrase for the masculine is yes.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
So if you think of that generosity and that receptivity, and women have been conditioned that their value lies in their yes. And so I just want to offer to listeners that the yes is where you lead yourself to burnout.
Interesting.
The yes is where you give yourself away. The yes is where you don the masculine mask. The yes is where you overdo for others. It is in your sacred no that you find the space of receptivity and call your masculine partners to rise up and be generous with you.
Yes. I like that you added sacred too, because I think, there is an immature temper tantrum no, and there is a sacred no.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. This is very enlightening, and I can see for everybody listening, no matter what their gender, there is just such incredible wisdom here. And thank you for going to the depths of, you mentioned Joseph Campbell, and I'm sure you've had many dips into the underworld to find
that's where the feminine lives.
This wisdom. Yeah. So thank you.
Absolutely my pleasure.
Yes. How can people find you and your book?
Yeah. So the book, The Way of the Satisfied Woman, is available everywhere books are sold. And you can find me at my website, thesatisfiedwoman.com. And for all podcast listeners, I have a special page for you, thesatisfiedwoman.com/empowerme, where you can go and get your free starter kit to start your road to satisfaction.
Beautiful. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, deep thank you for being here. I'm so glad you joined us for today's episode of Practicing Love. I hope you enjoyed our conversation and gained insight into yourself and your current and past relationships and inspiration for what's possible. If you like what you heard, I'd be so grateful for you to subscribe and write a quick review to help people find us. If you'd like more support in your love life, be sure to get your free copy of my best-selling book, Honest Sex, at shanajamescoaching.com/free. That's shanajamescoaching.com/free. And we'll see you next time.